pacing event, the purse $7,000. These are the paces for race number one. Number one, Beast Mode, owned by the Jesmerel stable, driven by Sean Gray. Number two, Pops Pool Room, owned by David Zuckerman, driven by Jim Hardy. Number three, Lone Survivor, owned by Catherine and James Carl Smith, driven by Drew Campbell. Number four, Fernley Rebel Inn, owned by Ray Ferguson, the driver Bruce Ranger. The Bus A, number five, owned by Philip McKenzie and Ron Cushing. Ron Cushing driving. And number six, Rockin' Cougar, owned by Diane Helen, Nick Raffam in the sulky. The Pacers are making their way back to the starting gate. In. This field is in motion. And the gate moves onto the backstretch. First race Pacers in behind the gate. They're off and pacing from the inside. Beast Mode and Pops Pool Room both going out for the lead. Moving up on the outside, the Bus A. The Bus A comes away third. Lone Survivor has dropped in fourth. A length back to Fernley Rebel Inn and Trill the field. Taking a seat at the back of the pack, that's Rockin' Cougar. Midway through the paddock turn the first time. Beast Mode on top. Beast Mode leads it by a length. Pops Pool Room right there in second. The Bus A moving up towards the inside third. As they pace by the opening quarter in 27-2. They're in the stretch for the first time. And Sean Gray has Beast Mode at 5-2, setting the tempo. Riding the pocket. Pops Pool Room right there, a snug second. The Bus A waiting for the word in third. Up on the outside, Fernley Rebel Inn, locked in Lone Survivor. And trailing the field, it's Rockin' Cougar. As they swing around the clubhouse turn, Beast Mode in command. Advancing on the outside, here comes the Bus A. Up on the outside now, second, and challenging for the lead. Halftime goes in 56-4. They stream now down the backstretch. Beast Mode, 3 parts of a length. The Bus A right there on the outside, Pops Pool Room, boxed in. Towards the inside, racing in third. Fernley Rebel Inn up on the outside, second over. Locked in towards the inside, Lone Survivor. And true on the field, nothing yet from Rockin' Cougar. They're on the fourth turn. Beast Mode cruising along here on the front end. 3/4 here in 1:24-3. They're on the final turn. Beast Mode, and he's got the lead. Pops Pool Room towards the inside. The Bus A will have to do better on the outside. Third up on the outside, 3 wide. From the back of the pack, Rockin' Cougar. They're at the top of the stretch. And turn for home. Down on the inside, Beast Mode has that lead. The Bus A on the outside. Pops Pool Room towards the inside. Through the stretch. Beast Mode still with the lead. Here comes Pops Pool Room. Deep stretch. It will be Beast Mode coast to coast. Pops Pool Room was second. The Bus A third. Time for the mile, 1:53-1. Official prices now posted. In the upcoming second race, no changes. Once again, no changes. There will be exacta, trifecta, and superfecta wagering. Post time for the upcoming second race, 11 minutes. The horses are on the track. A condition pacing event. The purse $5,500. These are the paces for race number 2. Number 1, Mock Diesel, owned by Gary Mosher, driven by Sean Gray. Number 2, Prince Galaxy, owned by Joan Harmon, Norman St. Clair, and Michael Foley, driven by Matt Thurn. Number 3 is St. George P., owned by Alicia Lafreniere, the driver Jay Randall. Number 4, Mr. Wiggle Pants, owned by Robert Kopak, driven by Drew Campbell. I Am Golden, number 5, owned by Mike Eaton, Bob McHugh, and Robert Griffin, driven by Nick Raffam. Number 6 is JJ Shark, owned by Lynn and Paul Silva, the driver Drew Monty. Number 7 is Redbreast Hanover, owned by Mark Jacoff, Wally Watson driving. And number 8, Noah's Play, owned by Dominic Longobardi, Bruce Ranger, and the Sulky. Post time for the upcoming starting gate. This field is in motion. And the gate moves on to the backstretch. Second race pacers in behind the gate. They're off and pacing from the inside. Mike Diesel tries for the lead. There goes Mr. Wigglepants showing good early speed. Prince Galaxy comes away racing third. Redbreast Hanover on the outside, followed by I Am Golden. Gap of 2 lengths to JJ Shark. Gap of 4. Noah's Play, and on the field, that's St. George P. Paddock turn the first time. Mr. Wigglepants on the front end, driving up on the outside. Here comes Mock Diesel, and Mock Diesel on the outside. Coming on to get the lead. Quarter time goes in 27-1. They're in the stretch for the first time. And it's Mock Diesel who takes command and draws clear. Mr. Wigglepants back to second. Length back in third, Prince Galaxy, followed up by Redbreast Hanover. Next in line, racing in fourth up on the outside, I Am Golden. There goes JJ Shark, Noah's Play, and true on the field, that's St. George P. They swing around the clubhouse turn. Sean Gray and Mike Diesel on top by a length. Moving up on the outside, now second, here comes Prince Galaxy. Mr. Wigglepants locked in towards the inside. Halftime goes in 56-4. They straighten out down the backstretch. Mock Diesel at 3-5 shows the way, 3 points of a length. Mr. Wigglepants towards the inside. Prince Galaxy on the rim. Those two heads apart, second and third. I Am Golden, second over, locked in. Redbreast Hanover racing in fifth. 3 quarters on the board here in 1:25-2. They round the final bend. Mock Diesel, and he's got the lead. Mr. Wigglepants giving chase. Redbreast Hanover towards the inside. Racing third, I Am Golden trying to close the gap on the outside fourth. They're at the top of the stretch and turn for home, and it's Mock Diesel set down for the stretch drive. Mr. Wigglepants on the outside. Through the stretch, Mock Diesel opening up. Mr. Wigglepants, deep stretch. Would be Mock Diesel in front. Mr. Wigglepants was second. I Am Golden third. Time for the mile, 1:53-2. To victory by Sean Gray. Driving double for Sean Gray. Number 2, Major Leaguer, owned and driven by Jimmy Whittemore. Number 3, Cherokee High Fly Zane, owned by Roger Farrar, the driver Ron Cushing. Number 4, Beach Ship Hanover, owned by Jeff Epstein and Stephen Gondelman, the driver Sean Gray. Mansome, number 5, owned by Bruce Weinstein and Alicia Lafreniere, driven by Drew Monty. Number 6, Bet You, owned by Scott Dillon, Kevin Switzer Jr. driving. And number 7, Quick Shot, owned by Kathleen Brewer, Drew Campbell, and the Sulky. Post time for the officers are making their way back to the starting gate. This field is in motion. And the gate moves on to the backstretch. Third race Pacers in behind the gate. They're off and pacing from the inside. Major Bets kicks out for the lead. Run alongside Major Leaguer. Beach Hanover on the outside. Away third. Four outside. Quick Shot. Down inside Cherokee High Fly Zane. Followed up by Mansome. And on the field, that's Bet You. Midway through the paddock turn the first time. Major Bets on top here, shown the way by a length and a half. Major Leaguer is second. Beach Hanover moving up towards the inside third. As they pace by the opening quarter in 26 seconds flat. They're in the stretch for the first time. And Bruce Ranger has Major Bets at 4-5 on the point. Major Leaguer right there tucked in racing in second with Beach Hanover close at third. Quick Shot next in line racing in fourth. Then comes Cherokee High Fly Zane, Mansome, Bet You at the back of the pack. Around the clubhouse turn they go. Major Bets in command. Pocket trip Major Leaguer right there giving chase. Beach Hanover towards the inside, a ground saving third. Halftime goes in 55 seconds flat. They straighten out down the back stretch. Major Bets continues to lead. Major Leaguer giving chase up on the outside. Here comes Mansome on the march. Racing third, locked in towards the inside. Beach Hanover up on the outside. There goes Bet You towards the inside. Quick Shot. Now trailing the field, it's Cherokee High Fly Zane. 3/4 here in 1:22-2. They run the final bend. Major Bets has been there every step of the way. Mansome getting a little bit closer on the outside, racing in second. Major Leaguer looking for racing room towards the inside third. They're homeward bound, and it's Major Bets, and he's got the lead. Right there on the outside, Mansome bearing down. Mansome on the outside, Major Bets, Mansome on the outside at the wire. Major Bets holds on. Time for the mile, 1:51 flat. The order of finish. Number 1, Major Bet, your race winner. Major Leaguer, third. Cherokee High Fly Zane, seventh. Beach Hanover, fourth. Mansome was second. Bet You, fifth. Quick Shot on the track for the upcoming fourth race. A claiming handicap pacing of These are the paces for race number 4. Number 1, Touch of Dragon, owned by Jerry Stratton Jr., driven by Drew Campbell. Number 2, Some Attitude, owned by the Jackie Green Stables, driven by Jay Randall. Number 3, Brackley Beach, owned by Andrew Adamczyk, the driver Kevin Switzer Jr. Number 4, SPORTSNEST, owned by Irving Bluestein, the driver Nick Raffam. Dio Galileo, number 5, owned by Milton and Zachary Vickerson, driven by Ron Cushing. Number 6, JJ's Delivery, owned by Melvin Fink, the driver Drew Monte. Number 7, Nagel, owned by the Starters Call LLC, Bruce Ranger driving. And number 8, Passport to Art, owned by Elizabeth and Dice Paludo, Sean Gray in the Sulphur has. It is now post time. The horses are approaching the starting gate. Fourth race pacers lining up and moving in. This field is in motion. And the gate moves onto the backstretch. Fourth race pacers in behind the gate. They're off and pacing on the outside. JJ's Delivery going out for the lead. Also on the move, there goes Brackley Beach. Down inside, Some Attitude. Far outside, there goes Nagel. Comes away racing in fourth. Also on the move, Passport to Art. Towards the inside, Touch of Dragon. Gap of a length and a half to SPORTSNEST. And trailing the field, that's Dio Galileo. Paddock turn the first time. It's JJ's Delivery on the front end. Opening quarter on the board goes in 26 seconds flat. They're in the stretch for the first time. And Drew Monty has JJ's Delivery on top by a length. Brackley Beach right there, tracking in second. Length back in third, Some Attitude, followed up by Nagel fourth. Then comes Passport to Art, followed up by Touch of Dragon. SPORTSNEST, and on the field, that's Dio Galileo. They swing around the clubhouse turn. JJ's Delivery on top by a length. Brackley Beach right there in hot pursuit, racing in second up on the outside. Here comes Nagel from third. Halftime goes in 56 seconds flat. They straighten out down the backstretch. On top here, JJ's Delivery by a length. Up on the outside, Nagel locked in towards the inside. Racing at third. Brackley Beach up on the outside. Passport to Art. They round the fourth turn. Drew Monty has JJ's Delivery showing the way 3 parts of a length. 3/4 here in 1:23 and 2. They're on the final turn. JJ's Delivery with a short lead. Nagel on the outside giving chase. Brackley Beach looking for some wiggle room towards the inside. Third up on the outside, 3 wide. Here comes Passport to Art racing in fourth. They're at the top of the stretch and turn for home, and it's JJ's Delivery, and he's got the lead far outside. Here comes Passport to Art from between horses. Brackley Beach, Passport to Art, Brackley Beach at 35-1. Time for the mile, 1:52. Returning to the winner's circle, that is a new lifetime record. Captain Coin right there in third. Beach Watch is fourth, followed up by Winning Design. Then comes Master of Puppets, Western Thunder, and trailing the field, Cash Vaughn. They swing around the clubhouse turn. BRIAR'S Desire on the front end. Bet on Joe tracking in second. Captain Coin towards the inside, saving ground in third. Up on the outside, Beach Watch racing in fourth. They're halfway home in 56-1. They straighten out down the backstretch. BRIAR'S Desire is opened up by 2. Towards the inside, Ben on Joe. Captain Coin at the pylons. In third, up on the outside. Beach Watch racing in fourth, locked in towards the inside. Master of Puppets, followed by Western Thunder. Then comes Winning Design, still trailing the field. Nothing yet from Cash Vaughn. 3/4 here in 1:23 and 3. They're on the final turn. And BRIAR'S Desire strides out to a 3-length lead. Bet on Joe towards the inside. Racing in second. They're at the top of the stretch and turn for home, and they're all chasing. BRIAR'S Desire showing the way by 3. Bet on Joe on the outside. Towards the inside, it's Captain Coin deep stretch. It's going to be BRIAR'S Desire in front. Time for the mile, 1:52 flat. Thunder 5th, Cash Vaughn was 6th. Top down, 148 for the upcoming 6th race. In the upcoming 6th race, there will be Exacta, Trifecta, and 20-cent Wicked High Five wagering. The Wicked High Five jackpot carryover 2,000. The horse owned by Anthony Loico, driven by Kevin Switzer Jr. Number 2, Looking for Adventure, owned by Kathleen Brewer, driven by Ron Cushing. Number 3, Burke's Bandit, owned by Lynn Silva, driven by Drew Monty. Number 4, Drain Daddy, owned by Alicia Lafreniere, the driver Pat Curtin. Beam Me Up Scotty, number 5, owned by Gretchen Athern, driven by Matt Athern. Number 6, Respectable Dream, owned by the Winters Racing Stable, the driver Jay Randall. Number 7 is Late Night Joke, owned by Mike Eaton, driven by Sean Gray. Number 8, Toe Tag, owned by Mike Cushing and Mr. Robin Gray. Nick Raffam driving. And number 9, 10 Beaches Later, owned by the Muku Stable, Bruce Ranger in the Sulky. Post time for race number 6. This field is in motion. And the gate moves onto the backstretch. Race 6 pacers in behind the gate. They're off and pacing from the inside. Image of a Rocker going out for the lead. Moving up on the outside, there goes Beam Me Up Scotty. From between horses, Looking for Adventure and Drain Daddy. Down inside, Burke's Bandit gap of 2, Respectable Dream, followed up by 10 Beaches Later, Late Night Joke. And true in the field, that's Toe Tag. Paddock turn the first time. Beam Me Up Scotty on top here. Beam Me Up Scotty shows away by a length and a half. Quarter time goes in 27-2. They're in the stretch for the first time. And Matt Athern has Beam Me Up Scotty on top by a length. Image of a Rocker right there racing in second. Looking for Adventure third. Up on the outside on the rim, racing in fourth, Drain Daddy. Locked in, Burke's Bandit. Then comes Respectable Dream. 10 Beaches Later. Late Night Joke and true on the field, Toe Tag as they swing around the clubhouse turn. Beam Me Up Scotty shows the way. Up on the outside, here comes Looking for Adventure. Boxed in towards the inside, Image of a Rocker. Halftime goes in 56-1. They straighten out down the backstretch. Beam Me Up Scotty at 7-2 shows the way 3 parts of a length. But here comes Looking for Adventure on the attack on the outside, racing in second. Image of a Rocker towards the inside takes up the chase in third. Drain Daddy on the outside. Boxed in towards the inside, Burke's Bandit racing in fifth as they round the fourth turn. Beam Me Up Scotty has been there every step of the way. 3 quarters here in 124-3. They're on the final bend. Beam Me Up Scotty, and he's got the lead. Shaking loose on the outside. Here comes Image of a Rocker. Towards the inside, Burke's Bandit now third. They're at the top of the stretch and turn for home. And it's Beam Me Up Scotty. Sit down for the stretch drive. Moving up on the far outside, gaining ground. Here comes Burke's Bandit. Burke's Bandit bearing down. Beam Me Up Scotty, Burke's Bandit, and Beam Me Up Scotty. Beam Me Up Scotty holds on. Time for the mile, 1:53 in Albatross. Owned and trained by Gretchen Athern. Driven to victory by Maddie Ice Athern. Race 6 is official. Race, a winners over pacing event. The purse $20,000. Number 7, number 1 is Ideal Star Inn, owned by the Jesmerel Stable, driven by Kevin Switzer Jr. Number 2, Jet Aviation, owned by Judson Merrill, driven by Drew Campbell. Number 3 is STARZNHEAVEN, owned by Mark Reynolds and Richard Cortese, the driver Drew Monte. Number 4, BETTORS Fire-In, owned by Kevin Swick, Ron Cushing, and Frank Rinaldi, driven by Ron Cushing. Tam Major A, number 5, owned by the Jesmerel Stable, driven by Sean Gray. Number 6 is Duplicated N, owned by London, Sepinock, Brewer, and Kelson, the driver Bruce Ranger. Number 7, Artful Way, owned by the Kellogg Racing Stables, Jay Randall driving. And number 8, J.K. Willpower, owned by the Michael Goldberg Racing Stable, Nick Riley back to the starting gate. This field is in motion. And the gate moves onto the backstretch. Seventh race Pacers in behind the gate. They're off and pacing from the inside. STARZNHEAVEN quickly out for the lead. Moving up on the outside. There goes Duplicated In from between horses. BETTORS FIREN down inside. Ideal Star In comes away racing in fourth. Followed by Jet Aviation. 10 Major A on the outside, gap of 2, Artful Way. And trailing the field, it's J.K. Willpower. Paddock turn the first time. Duplicated In takes command. Shows away by a length over STARZNHEAVEN right there in second. Opening quarter on the board goes in 27-2. They're in the stretch for the first time. Bruce Ranger has Duplicated In. Looking to make it 3 in a row. He's got the lead by a length. STARZNHEAVEN right there in second. BETTORS FIREN third. Ideal Star In saving ground fourth. Next in line, Jet Aviation up on the outside. There goes 10 Major A. Then comes Artful Way, J.K. Willpower at the back of the pack. They swing around the clubhouse turn. Duplicated in command here. Perfect pocket trip. STARZNHEAVEN right there in second. Advancing on the outside. Here comes Ideal Star In on the march from third. Halftime goes in 55-4. Down the back stretch heading toward that 3/4 mile marker. Duplicated in command. STARZNHEAVEN right there, racing in second. Ideal Star In up on the outside third. Trapped in towards the inside. BETTORS FIREN racing in fourth, followed up by 10 Major A fifth. 3/4 up here in 1:23.1. They're on the final turn. Duplicated In still with the lead. With a clear shot, here comes STARZNHEAVEN moving up on the outside. A challenge for the lead up on the outside. BETTORS FIREN racing third. They're at the top of the stretch and turn for home. Down on the inside. It's Duplicated In. STARZNHEAVEN coming on and coming at them. STARZNHEAVEN towards the inside. Duplicated In responding. It will be Duplicated in front. BETTORS FIREN up for second. STARZNHEAVEN was third. Time for the mile 1:51 flat. For Duplicated In. Was seventh. Jet Aviation was eighth. STARZNHEAVEN third. BETTORS FIREN was second. 10 Major A fourth. Duplicated In, your race winner. In pacing event, the purse $4,500. These are the pacers for the eighth race. Number 1, King Royalty, owned by Billy and Janice Abdelnour, driven by Nick Raffa. Number 2, Invictus Hanover, owned by Craig Jordan, driven by Drew Monty. Number 3, Cartoonist, owned by David Zuckerman, the driver Jim Hardy. Number 4, It's All About MACH, owned by John Coffey, Connie Benetti, and John Powers Jr., driven by Connie Benetti. P. ZONKA number 5, owned by Michelle LaFay, driven by Drew Campbell. Number 6, Moonlight Artist, owned by Scott Farley, driven by Jay Randall. Number 7 is Modern Yankee, owned by the Strategic Racing Stable, the driver Kevin Switzer Jr. Number 8, What a Hooligan, owned by Michael Wilson, Bruce Ranger driving. And number 9, Rockin' the Show, owned by Todd O'Day and Laurie Dupuis. Todd O'Day in the sulky. This field is in motion. And the gate moves onto the backstretch. Eighth race pacers and behind the gate. They're off and pacing on the far outside. There goes Rockin' the Show, showing good early speed. Also on the move, ZONKA from between horses. Modern Yankee. Invictus Hanover down inside comes away racing in fourth, followed up by Cartoonist. Moonlight Artist on the outside, followed by It's All About MACH. Gap of 2 lengths to King Royalty. And trail in the field, it's What a Hooligan. Paddock turn the first time. ZONKA leads it. ZONKA on the front end, shown the way by a length and a half. They reach the quarter in 27 seconds flat. Passing the stands for the first time. Drew Campbell has ZONKA on top by a length. Modern Yankee is second on the rim. Rockin' the Show, trapped in. Invictus Hanover up on the outside. Moonlight Artist, followed by It's All About MACH. Towards the inside, Cartoonist, gap of 2. King Royalty. And true on the field, What a Hooligan as they swing around the clubhouse turn. Up on the outside, it's Rockin' the Show. Down inside, ZONKA. Those two battle it out for the lead. Halftime goes in 56-2. They straighten out down the backstretch. ZONKA, 3 points of a length up on the outside, 3 wide. Here comes Moonlight Artist on the attack. Moonlight Artist up on the outside now second. Modern Yankee pinned in at the pylons, racing in third. They round the four turn. ZONKA is opened up by 2. Far outside, 4 wide. There goes Cartoonist. 3/4 here in 1:25 flat. They're on the final turn. ZONKA strides out to a 3-length lead towards the inside. It's Modern Yankee giving chase. Racing in second, Cartoonist on the outside now third. They're at the top of the stretch and turn for home. Down on the inside, it's ZONKA still there. ZONKA shows the way by 4. Modern Yankee towards the inside. Cartoonist on the outside, but coming down to the wire, it's all ZONKA. It will be ZONKA in front. Time for the mile, 1:55-3. By Heston Blue Chip. And a bet on Sis by trained by Chris LaFay. Driven to victory by Drew Campbell. ZONKA. Eighth race is official. Here is the order of finish. Number 1, King Royalty are making their way back to the starting gate. And moving in. This field is in motion. And the gate moves onto the backstretch. Ninth race pacers in behind the gate. They're off and pacing from the inside. Woody's Cash Crop sprints out for the lead. Right alongside Opus Blue Chip. Far outside there goes Waves. Down inside, Twin Big Jays is dropped in fourth. Length back Makape, followed up by Terra Hall. Ginger Tree Will, gap of a length and a half to Prince Aston. And trail in the field, it's Hurricane Ali. Paddock turn the first time. Woody's Cash Crop on the front end. Shows the way by a length and a half. Right there in second, Opus Blue Chip. They reach the quarter. In 27-2, they're in the stretch for the first time. And Nick Raffam has Woody's Cash Crop at 5-1 on the engine. Opus Blue Chip tracking in second. First up on the outside, Twin BJ's underway from third. Locked in, Waves racing in fourth. Up on the outside, there goes Makape, second over in fifth. As they swing around the clubhouse turn, up on the outside, there goes Terra Hall. Towards the inside, Ginger Tree Will, followed by Prince Aston. Hurricane Ali at the back of the pack. Halftime goes in 56-2. They straighten out down the backstretch. Woody's Cash Crop cruising along on the front end, heading toward that 3/4 mile marker. On the rim, Twin BJ's covered up towards the inside, Opus Blue Chip. On the outside, Makape trapped in towards the inside. Waves racing in fifth. They round the far turn. Woody's Cash Crop continues to lead. Perfect Pocket Trip. Opus Blue Chip right there in second. 3/4 here in 124.3. They're on the final bend. Woody's Cash Crop shows the way. Shake loose on the outside. Here comes Opus Blue Chip. Gaining ground the outside, racing third. Here comes Mock Up A. They're at the top of the stretch and turn for home. 3 of them across the track. Dental on the inside. Woody's Cash Crop. Opus Blue Chip on the grandstand side. Mock Up A through the stretch from between horses. Opus Blue Chip towards the inside. Woody's Cash Crop is game. Deep stretch. Woody's Cash Crop in front. Time for the mile. 1:53.2. Returning to the winner circle, number 1, Woody's Cash Crop. A Mike Raffam, driven to victory by Nick Raffam. Woody's Cash Crop pacing the mile in 1:53.2. $8,500. Owned by the Burke Racing Stable and Scott Dillon, driven by Kevin Switzer Jr. Number 2, Come On Again, owned by the Michael Goldberg Racing Stable, the driver Drew Monty. Number 3, Kiwi Tintin, owned by Charles Harrison and Frederick Barthelmess, driven by Ron Cushing. Number 4, Common Discourtesy, owned by Richard Knight, driven by Jay Randall. Bagpipe Major, number 5, owned by Kathleen Brewer and Jan Dunaway, driven by Sean Gray. Number 6, TIXNSTONES, owned by David and Christine Tebow and Ed Nowak Jr., the driver Jim Hardy. Number 7, DEETZY, owned by Mark Eaton, Robert Griffin, and Russell Young. Nick Raffam driving, and number 8, Mick Woodrow, owned by Mike Raffam and the TFD Shadewood Stable, Bruce Ranger in the Sulky. Ladies and gentlemen, we will have a reformation here. The horses are approaching the starting gate. This field is in motion. And the gate moves on to the backstretch. 10th race pacers in behind the gate. They're off and pacing from the inside. Real Peace sent out for the lead. On the outside, there goes TIXNSTONES. Far outside, DEETZY comes away racing third, followed by Bagpipe Major, who has dropped in fourth, a length back to Come On In. Then comes Common Discourtesy. Gap of 2 lengths to Kiwi Tintin. And true on the field, it's Mick Woodrow. Had to turn the first time. Real Peace on top here. Real Peace leads it by a length. Opening quarter on the board goes in 26-2. They're in the stretch for the first time. And Kevin Switzer Jr. has Real Peace. Even money favorite showing the way by a length over TIXNSTONES right there, a snug second. DEETZY third. Bagpipe Major is fourth up on the outside. Come On In, followed up by Common Discourtesy. Then comes Kiwi Tintin. Your trailer is Mick Woodrow. Around the clubhouse turn they go. Real Peace in command. Pocket Trip, TIXNSTONES. Right there racing in second up on the outside. Here comes Come On In from third. Halftime goes in at 55-3. They strain out down the backstretch. Real Peace continues to lead with TIXNSTONES right there giving chase. Racing in second up on the outside. Come On In on the rim third. Trapped in towards the inside. DEETZY racing in fourth. Common Discourtesy on the outside. Second over. Racing in fifth. 3/4 here in 123-4. They're on the final bend. Real Peace shows the way 3 parts of a length. Right there on the outside. Come On In. Come On In. Right there on the outside. Those two now heads apart towards the inside. TIXNSTONES Racing in third up on the outside, 3 wide, Common Discourtesy. They're at the top of the stretch and turn for home, and they're ganging up on Real Peace. From between horses, Kamani in. Here comes Common Discourtesy. On the extreme outside, McWoodrow. On the far outside, Kiwi Tintin in. They're coming from everywhere. At the wire, they are heads apart. Time for the mile, 150. Returning to the winner's circle, number 6, TIXNSTONES. Here was the order of finish. Number 1, Real Peace was 7th. Kamani N 6th. Kiwi Tintin N was 2nd. Common Discourtesy 4th. Bagpipe Major 8th. TIXNSTONES, your race winner. DEETZY 3rd. McWoodrow 5th. These are the paces for race number 11. Number 1 is Popo D, unreleased to Erwin Rosenthal, driven by Nick Raffam. Number 2, Denver Dolly, owned by Jim Hardy and Jolene Andrews, the driver Jim Hardy. Number 3 is Selling the Dream In, owned by Lindsay Parker, driven by Drew Monty. Number 4 is New World Order A, owned by Alicia Lafreniere, driven by Kevin Switzer Jr. Personnel Space, number 5, owned by Mike Gerard, driven by Bruce Ranger. Number 6, Fearless Leader In, owned by John Dunleavy Jr. and Ellen Emerson, the driver Jay Randall. Number 7 is I'm a Clown, owned by James Hemingway, Matt Thurn driving. And number 8, Impulse Hall, owned by Barry Farrar, Ron Cushing in the sulky. That's your field for the 11th race finale. They'll be at the gate in 5 minutes, 5 minutes until post time. Lining up and moving in. This field is in motion. And the gate moves onto the backstretch. Nightcap Pacers in behind the gate. 11th and final here at Plainridge Park. They're off and pacing from the inside. There goes Denver Dolly, sent out for the lead. New World Order A showing a sharp early speed. 4 outside. There goes I'm a Clown, comes away 3rd. Personnel Space has dropped in 4th, a length back to Popo D. Then comes Selling the Dream In. Length back to Fearless Leader In. And trailing the field, it's Impulse Hall. Paddock turned the first time. New World Order A takes command. New World Order A on top by a length. Denver Dolly right there in 2nd. I'm a Clown 3rd. Opening quarter goes in 26 and 4. They're in the stretch for the first time. New World Order A at 3 to 5 will set the tempo. Denver Dolly tracks in 2nd. I'm a Clown. Ground saving 3rd up on the outside. Personnel Space. There goes Popo D. Followed up by Selling the Dream In. Length back to Fearless Leader In. Your trailer is Impulse Hall. As they swing around the clubhouse turn. New World Order A in command. Towards the inside, Denver Dolly riding the pocket in 2nd. Up on the outside, uncovered in 3rd. It's Personnel Space. Halftime goes in 57 and 1. They straighten out down the backstretch. New World Order A in command. Denver Dolly. Length back in 2nd. Personnel Space up on the outside, 3rd. I'm a Clown trapped in toward the inside, racing in 4th. Popo D will have to go 3 wide, 2nd over in 5th. They round the 4th turn. New World Order A has been there every step of the way. Takes him by 3/4 here in 1:25.3. They're on the final turn. It's New World Order A looking to go the distance. Denver Dolly with a clear shot right there in second. Popo D moving up on the outside, racing third. They're at the top of the stretch and turn for home. New World Order A set down for the stretch drive. Shaking loose on the outside, Denver Dolly. Up the pylons. Here comes I'm a Clown with a burst of speed. I'm a Clown, I'm a Clown. Denver Dolly, I'm a Clown coming on. Time for the mile, 1:55.4.